Fruitive workers, an essential subject from Vinipedia. Persons who are engaged in fruitive activities for sense enjoyment must perform the prescribed sacrifices because that is the only means to get free from the reaction of all sins committed by fruitive workers. Sacrifice is the means for counteracting such accumulated sins. The demigods are pleased when such sacrifices are performed, just as prison officers are satisfied when the prisoners are turned into obedient subjects. Lord Chaitanya, however, has recommended only one yaga or sacrifice, called the Sakirtana yaga, the chanting of Hare Krishna, in which everyone can take part. Thus both devotees and fruitive workers can derive equal benefit from the performances of Sakirtana yaga. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinicote's Fruitive Workers category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 8 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. A devotee of the Lord, due to wrong association, sometimes imitates the fruitive workers. The fruitive workers want to lord it over the material world. Similarly, a neophyte devotee foolishly thinks of accumulating some material power in exchange for devotional service. Such foolish devotees are sometimes put into difficulty by the Lord himself. As a special favor, he may remove all material paraphernalia. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.5. 19. These less intelligent persons are known as karmas or fruitive workers and jns or dry mental speculators. But above these two classes of men is the transcendentalist known as Estvada or the devotee, who is busy neither with rampant material activity nor with material speculation. He is engaged in the positive service of the Lord, and thereby he derives the highest spiritual benefit unknown to the karmas and jns. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.1. 17. The demigods are pleased when such sacrifices are performed, just as prison officers are satisfied when the prisoners are turned into obedient subjects. Lord Chaitanya, however, has recommended only one yaga or sacrifice, called the Sakirtana yaga, the chanting of Hare Krishna, in which everyone can take part. Thus both devotees and fruitive workers can derive equal benefit from the performances of Sakirtana yaga. Srimad Bhagavatam 1.16. 20. Only misers desire to enjoy the fruit of their own work just to be further entangled in material bondage. Except for work in Krishna consciousness, all activities are abominable because they continually bind the worker to the cycle of birth and death. One should therefore never desire to be the cause of work. Everything should be done in Krishna consciousness, for the satisfaction of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 2.49. A person is too much attached to a certain kind of work or to the result because he has too much attachment for materialism or hearth and home, wife and children. Such a person has no desire for higher elevation in life. He is simply concerned with making this world as materially comfortable as possible. He is generally very greedy, and he thinks that anything attained by him is permanent and never to be lost. Such a person is envious of others and prepared to do anything wrong for sense gratification. Bhagavad Gita 18.27. On the bank of the Davamedhagyacha at Praga for 10 days continually the Lord instructed Arpagosvam in the science of devotional service to the Lord. He taught the Gosvam the divisions of the living creatures in the 8,400,000 species of life. Then he taught him about the human species. Out of them he selected the followers of the Vedic principles, out of them the fruitive workers, out of them the empiric philosophers, and out of them the liberated souls. Armad Bhagavatam. Introduction. If a fruitive worker thinks that Lord Krishna is an ordinary mortal, he does not attain the goal of his fruitive work elevation to the heavenly planets. And if an anthropomorphist happens to be a Jain, an empirical philosopher, then he also fails to achieve the goal of his pursuit of knowledge liberation from the material modes. Renunciation through Wisdom 2.8. Those who hanker after the fruits of their actions undertake many hardships in executing their work. Their imagination wanders like an untethered bull, and all the while their mind dictates to them that they are the actual enjoyers. Therefore, without disrupting the minds of these foolish, perverted karmas, the intelligent person should engage them in doing what they are expert in and using the fruits in Lord Krishna's service. Such a course of action will automatically uncover the fruitive worker's eternal relationship with Lord Krishna. Renunciation through Wisdom 1.8.